longtime lurker. 10 years. Since the Deezer days. Decided to say hello after all this time. Oh, and you're the reason. And with
Good
my
morning.
current girlfriend of 2 years. Also,
Afternoon.
hello, chat.
It's so fucking cringe. That when gay people, a gay couple or a gay somebody does something bad, everybody's like, oh, we knew it, all LGBT, blah, blah, blah. Like, Jesus
We
Christ.
should do that again. Get one shot again?
Contact? I don't know. I'm seeing, I don't know if it's Lauren and Nuance Bro, like my Twitter, because I'm in the sphere. I'm just seeing apparently 2 gay people adopted somebody. I saw a story pop up, and it was like gay couple adopts, or it was couple adopts somebody and like harasses a kid or sexually assaults a kid or something. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. This is showing up. And then I see the pictures like, oh, it's because it's 2 gay guys. Of course, every fucking conservative is gonna be like talking like insanely as much as they can about the story. Like, oh, it proves it. We knew it. Wait, what? Is this real? Is this on the, is this the capture for my site? Please click each image containing a horse made of clouds. Does this count as a horse made of clouds? Or is it made of like the absence of clouds? Fuck, I might be a robot. I've had that exact captcha before. Nice. That's Vosh's captcha. Good one.
No, because you live in Phoenix, you can probably track where he is. Where he has been. All right, Charles, who you got?
Yeah. He's either playing in China or Japan.
China or Japan. We need to
That's
be
not the name of the
more
team.
specific.
Guangdong Tigers. Ni hao. Ni hao.
Wait, what? Should we start working out? Good job. In your chat with Ruminate, you said your views have stayed consistent over the years, but in video with Lauren from a few months ago, you said your views have changed extremely over the years. I don't think I've ever said my views have changed extremely. What I've usually said is I have like core values that I think have been relatively fixed since I was like 17, 18, but the way that those values could express has changed quite a bit depending on the experience that I get. I think that's usually what I say. Dan Dono from last stream.
L L L L L L L L L L L L L L L L. Oh,
wait, is this Dan? Oh God, is he human?
L L L.
Oh man. How do I stay consistent at the gym? Just fucking keep going, dumbass. Don't stop, you fucking loser. Oh my God, he doesn't. This mustache.
Become a traitor. You know, if I were ever drafted into a war with China, I would probably just like burst through some shop and be like, "They're coming! They're here! Their positions! Here's all their weapons! Here, take my gun!"
Okay, okay. My right shoulder is fucked. How do I fix it? Listen, if you hurt your shoulder, prepare for a year of pain. Okay. You better to break your back than your shoulder, okay? Because shoulders never heal. They just don't. It'll be that way for the rest of your life. You've incurred permanent damage in your body that will always be there in the back of your mind. Every time you bench, every time you do a pull-up, every time you reach into the back seat of your car like this, you're going to feel that little twinge and you're going to remember, oh, fuck, I hurt my shoulder in 1978, and I still feel it. You didn't do the tennis ball hack? What, is that like a stupid fucking rollerball? Fuck, who cares about that shit? Fuck that.
From Texas, Mr. Cruz proposes an amendment numbered 5263 to amendment numbered 5194.
Madam President, there are a lot of bad things in this bill, but few are worse than the proposal by Democrats in this bill to double the size of the IRS and create 87,000 new IRS agents. I guarantee you, citizens in every one of our states, if you ask them what do they want, they don't want 87,000 new IRS agents.
Hey, Destiny,
And
how
they're
do you
not
feel about Action RPG? I saw an old video of you playing Path of Exile and was wondering if you would ever play it again.
I like the genre. I like Path of Exile. I just don't like the game being balanced around logout macros. I think that alone actually ruined the entire game for me.
being created to audit billionaires or giant corporations. They're being created to audit you.
Okay, the IRS absolutely needs more people. Jesus Christ. Bicep is worse to fuck up? There's probably worse muscles to tear. Shoulder's just really complicated. It's a really complicated joint. There's like a lot of ways you can move it, a lot of shit you could do with it. It's probably your most complicated joint in your body. Would you say that? Your shoulder? Do you think there's anything more complicated in terms of movement and like range of motion and everything than your... Jesus Christ. This is base. Destiny never agrees with Republicans, even if it benefits him. Bro, if you have to call the IRS around tax season, you're on like a fucking 2-week hold, okay? As somebody that does his taxes, I want more IRS agents so I can at least get through to them if I got some goddamn questions. But in actuality, you should want more IRS agents because there's a lot of tax money that exists out there in the United States. So the IRS knows it's out there, but it can't go after it because it doesn't have the resources to do it. If you're like a fucking ordinary income person, you're making less than like $200K a year, like it's not gonna affect you. It's not like they're gonna start auditing you randomly. Although actually they could because we've got weird things attached to the earned income tax credit, but that's only for really poor people.
Don't understand is that if it's...
They go after low-hanging fruit, don't they? No, it's not worth their time to go after low-hanging fruit.
One vaccine, please. Hey, bitch, give me that vaccine.
Line up, Dinos.
Honey, it's time for my vaccine.
Hey, Destiny, when are you going to play Halo 2 with Mr. Moot?
Good question. Has Moot been streaming? Where is he at? What? The Moot?
Hey Steven, I don't feel like spam linking this now that I'm middle class. Please click this link and fix the damn DGG chat. Thanks, bro.
They do go after low-income people because their taxes are simpler to assess as legitimate.
For young
no,
professionals
I don't
like
believe so. Any financial advice for young people? Facebook, IRA, 401k, max it out, and then make a budget. Don't waste your money. No, I believe that with the earned income tax credit, I think there was a specific provision. Somebody told me I'm making this up, but I'm pretty sure there was a specific provision attached to that earned income tax credit where the IRS has to audit them at higher rates to make sure people aren't scamming the system. But it's a huge fucking waste of money. So I think anybody that qualifies for the EITC has like a massively elevated risk of being audited for stupid fucking reasons. It's just a huge waste of time and money. But there's like that obsession of like poor people wasting welfare, so we do weird shit like that. It's kind of one of the criticisms of means testing. It doesn't necessarily tie into means testing, but some people that do the means testing get really fucking stupid about it. Jesus, is the number really that high? That's even more insane if it is. They're required to audit 10% of the earned income tax credit people. These are people that are going to be audited that even if they were scamming the government 100%, what would they owe at the end of the day? 20, not even anything. Most of these people probably have zero, zero federal tax liability anyway.
By his actions as a former supporter of his.
Trying to delay the climate and healthcare bill? I haven't read into any of that at all. I don't know what he's doing right now.
Find where that is? Can we find where that scenario is? Like, if it's, is it what I described? Like, in what I described.
I don't know what. Bro, your shit is fucked, okay? I can't fix that. I don't know what's happening.
Then you were family with lethal force. I would imagine. Can we find where that is? Can we find where that scenario is? Like, if it's, is it what I described? Like, in what I described.
Here are these specifics. It's so cringe. Imagine you're making $16,000 a year and you get fucking audited by the IRS. Like, non-response rates for audits of taxpayers that income is less than 50 grand. Yeah, who the fuck gets audited making fucking $2,000 a month? That's just wild to me. You might be having 3-digit paychecks and the IRS is auditing you because of the stupid EITC audit requirement. It's actually so unbelievably fucking stupid. What a waste of money. What an unbelievable waste of money. I want to know what here's what I want to know. If somebody, I don't know if you could ever, if the IRS releases information on it, what is the average dollar amount collected by the federal government per each earned income tax credit audit? I bet the average dollar amount collected is less than $100, unless they charge like fees or fines or something. That's so insane. It's so stupid. The IRS is incredibly inefficient. I don't think that's true. I think the IRS can be incredibly efficient. They just don't have very many people. They need more people. Miami is known to have people, Cubans, that commit tax fraud and make hundreds of thousands. Oh, good. Nice meme reference, deep lore. Holy shit.
At first glance, Jacob Collier.
Music. Oh no. Oh, this video might be really boring for you guys. This has to be a joke. This can't be a real video. Everybody loves Jacob Collier. 6,000 likes. Never mind, this is a real video.
Yeah, it's a fountain of musical fairy. A modern-day wizard with a super unique view on harmony that has captivated an entire generation of musicians. His dazzling reinventions of popular songs, from Danny Boy to Eleanor Rigby, have left a plethora of musicians speechless and confused as to what they were even hearing. Furthermore, on many of his comment sections we see people comparing him to Mozart and saying that he's not only the greatest musician of our time, but since time began. I'm here to tell you that he's fucking shit! Alright, maybe I shouldn't be that harsh. Anyway, let's proceed. The first time I ever heard about Jacob Collier, I was in a music shop. I heard a couple journeyman musicians gushing about him and talking about how he is just on another level to every other musician living and breathing. Of course, when you're a musician, that makes you get excited because there's no better feeling than finding some hidden gem that completely changes your perception of music. At the time, I'd actually been listening to a lot of Charlie Puth, and one of my favorite songs of his was Boy. So my natural instinct was actually to search up Jacob Collier Charlie Puth cover. Oh boy! He did a cover of Boy.
A Grimrail Depot.
So I listened to the song.
I'm trying to. I want to try and actually like find the micro mechanic in the last boss.
On one hand, I do.
Because like everything else seems manageable. I figured out the opera. I figured out. But like that one right now, I'm wondering if, because apparently Torva yells, I disabled fucking dialogue, but apparently she yells right before it's about to hit, so I'm wondering if, when she yells, if you move squares, if it
egotistical
prevents
asshole.
you from
It just
getting
felt
the
like, look,
lightning.
this is the Jacob Collier version of a song.
Because I think when it's about to breathe,
totally subscribe to
it
me,
picks
so
what
Jacob Collier.
when
And another takeaway
you're
was that his
standing
singing
in,
is
or
fucking
which ones you
terrible.
were standing
He's got a
in.
terrible tone.
But I'm wondering
Only
if you
interesting
switch at
vocal
the
ornamentation he
like
tries
right
is
in
on the
between it, right
at
in
the
that
end. And
intermediate,
even then, it's not that impressive.
or if,
I don't
or
know.
if it's
It was only
completely
like 20
RNG
seconds of the video, so I
you're
thought to
fucked
myself,
either
maybe
way.
it's just an anomaly. I mean,
But,
no musician's perfect. Maybe he's got some good stuff out there. Maybe I've stumbled across an uncharacteristically bad performance.
I've seen the safe spots, but what sucks about him is
so I went and I listened to like
the
all
trap.
of
Yeah,
his covers.
the trap.
It was just to get
The
a
trap
grasp of
is
his
what
style.
fucks
And
it.
I
So
dug
I
into
only
his
like
original
one
stuff.
person going
Here's
there,
what I found.
like a DPS, just to like fry it out, and I can run around.
For a
but-
start, I've noticed that
but
Jacob's covers can
I want
generally
to try
be
and like learn how to
summarized
actually
with the following
prevent, because like for
structure.
opera
Number one,
and knee,
start with some
if when he
laid-back
ghosts
piano
you,
playing
if
and
you
go,
stand in there for
"Hello,
like
everybody.
half a second,
My
you'll
name
take
is
40k tick damage. But if you move right as he charges you, like he charges and you move out, you'll never take damage.
Secondly, he'll start covering the song, and it's basically tame harmonic.
So that's why I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that like similar mechanic is in Depot.
Heard there was a secret chord.
Then number 3, he just starts fucking screeching for no reason. Just squealing like a pig. Like, what is this? Then he'll start cramming all of these random chords in. That don't sound good at all because it's just way too much. And then you're just thinking like, what am I listening to? Is this music or is it just this guy just trying to flex and show people how good he is? Is he trying to make, then eventually atmosphere?
Okay, there's no legitimate, okay.
Fuck!
I thought it was I don't know about that joke, but I know that area loves it.
Treasury and IRS officials have said the new funds enforcement won't increase audit rates on filers making less than $400,000. Nice! That's good. What's your take on this type of 1A auditors?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name again.
Oh, my first name's Sean.
Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Last name?
It's just Sean.
Just Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Like Seal the singer. You drive here today? You walk here today?
I parachuted in. This camera's filming us all over the place, and in this building. So I can't film it for my protection, if that was my purpose. You guys usually respond by 4 police officers with a man with a camera.
Detective Baker, I'm the investigator for the city.
Detective Baker. You have a badge number, Detective Baker?
Well,
Thank you.
what can I do for you?
I don't need any help from the police department.
Well, the only reason we come down is I'll tell you the uniforms are on their way here, but I was upstairs. The lady from the treasurer's office was concerned that you were walking around filming inside the building.
Why would they be concerned about that?
They're allowed to be concerned.
Sure. I mean, everybody else.
Also with Maiden, I realized the second thicker ground's about to drop, you can actually run out without getting the dot.
No, I don't have any issue with that at all. I'm just
Yeah,
taking some
you have to
pictures
do it
of
like
gathering some content.
as it's dropping, you're starting to run out of
For a
it.
story I'm working on the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
You work for,
But if you stay in there again, like if you try to finish a cast, you'll be able to get the whole dot. You'll fucking
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
rank yourself
my first name's Sean.
oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
Last name?
It's just Sean.
Just Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Like Seal the singer, just one name.
Yeah, like exactly like that. Yeah, just Sean. Just Sean.
Sean, you don't have any identification on you, do you?
Identification? I do. I'm not gonna give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to keep my private information private. That's all.
I got you.
Yeah.
You drive here today? You walk here today?
I parachuted in. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm kind of torn on stuff like this. So on one hand, I think that cops get a little bit too crazy too quickly. Things will escalate out of nowhere. But on the other hand, there is a lot of behavior that should be perfectly legal and also be really fucking weird. Like imagine I come into like a police station and I've got like 2 friends and we all like take cameras out and start like recording all over the place and doing stuff. Like I think any reasonable mind would be fucking irked out, right? Be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm just here. It's my right. It's like, yeah, it is, but like, it's also a little strange, a little bit weird. It's legal, but
Yeah, I drove here. That's correct, yeah.
You live in the area?
I don't really want to answer any more questions. It might...
Well, you're lawfully present, and I'm a lawfully present, so...
What does that mean? What do you mean by lawfully present?
Like, by law, I'm allowed to be here.
Oh, sure, yeah, for sure.
This cop seems to be pretty polite. He's asking questions. Guy doesn't have to answer. When the guy doesn't answer, the cop doesn't push him. He just lets it alone, which is good.
No one said that you couldn't be here.
Well, I'm just advising you of the complaint that the ladies in the treasurer's office and the commissioner of revenue's office felt uncomfortable with you walking around this part of the building.
Yeah. If they would have asked me what I was doing, I would have explained it just like how I explained it to you, detective.
Well, that's fine, but you have to understand their work down here and they deal with the public every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had incidents that have taken place in our public buildings before. So
You guys know?
Just as far as people.
You guys know what fucking Trinket gives you that flat versatility from the new dungeons?
Acting suspicious or doing things that
Which one?
people feel like is normal activity. So.
Suspicious activity in the city hall?
No, other public buildings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean,
I thought you meant here specifically.
If you are a journalist, I would think that you may be aware
Yeah, you're right.
of things that occurred, incidents that have taken place in public buildings, or where people can be lawfully.
Oh, I'm sure there's things that happen in public buildings, private buildings, hard things that happen all over the place. But I have no nefarious intent here. Just, like I said, gathering some content for a story. That's all.
Alright. So you're about done then?
I wouldn't say that. I'm almost done. Just have a few more things
5,
to check off the list.
4,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Could have just asked me what I was doing. You didn't have to call the police. Oh, you've had things happen with him.
Range
a
5.
journalist with a camera before.
Watch your step.
Was I yelling and being unpleasant? There's cameras filming us all over the place, and in this building.
Watch your step.
So I can't film it for my protection if that was my purpose.
That is true, and that's all super fair. Like, there's a difference between, like, there's a security camera up here versus I have a camera in your face, right? Like,
watch your step.
A little different. I mean...
Range 5.
Alrighty then.
Shockwave.
Hey, how are you? Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Officer Connor.
Watch your step.
1244, you said? Okay, Officer Connor. I was just speaking with the detective here. And apparently, the woman over here in the Treasury office was concerned.
I don't know why they're calling in extra cops and shit.
Shockwave.
Oh, okay. I mean, she could have just asked me what I was doing here. I wasn't.
She didn't have to ask you anything, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I was doing here. Just independent journalist, just gathering some content for a story. That's all I was doing. Oh, I can't disclose it only because I don't want it to compromise the story.
Oh, okay.
Well, you guys got. You need to make sure I get everybody's name. Can I get your name and badge number, please,
Watch
sir?
your step.
Thank you, sir. And Jefferson 12.
Shockwave.
1241. Thank you, Officer Jefferson. I appreciate that. Do you guys usually respond like 4 police officers?
Watch your step.
Or something? Oh, okay. Well, I just want to let you know, there's no need for 4 police officers. I'm not threatening anybody.
Such a dumb thing to say. Like,
Who's on the side of the city?
Shockwave.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. And
Watch your step.
I haven't even really spoken to anybody. Other than just
why do cops do this hand in the vest thing? Do they not? Are their pockets like sealed or?
No, just saying she looks good.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to.
Range 5.
Alright, be safe.
You too. Take care, guys.
Back the camera in the face.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question? Where would I do an open records request for the city? Like a FOIA request?
You have to go to the
Range 5.
City. Sure, give a card, or.
Watch your step.
Okay.
Is it can you do FOIA requests to the city? I thought those were like federal level things only.
I can give you the number there and that you can call me.
Range 5. Watch your step.
Destiny, it's a habit you get into because you're not supposed to sit them in pockets. Oh, that's Feb 20. I thought somebody just came in my pocket. Holy shit.
First, you should be able to help.
All right, thank you.
FOIA is Freedom of Information Act. That's how you can get like classified or sealed stuff, like unclassified or released to the public. I think it should be.
Watch your
So
step.
much, I appreciate it.
Range 5.
Can I get your first name so I know who I spoke to?
Jennifer?
Jennifer, thank you, Jennifer. So the Rebecca Knuckles, and there's no way of me doing like a written FOIA request while I'm here.
Not that I know of. But I'm not gonna lie, this office kind of.
Watch your step.
Yeah. Our office isn't really associated with the rest
Range
of the
5.
We are within the city of Covington, but we are an office that is not controlled by the city of Covington.
Okay.
So
Maybe I'll talk to Citizen Service. Maybe they can help me. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. You too.
It's literally anything public,
just
not just confidential or classified.
Range 5.
Well, but if it's already public, you don't need a FOIA request to know. Like, I don't need to go FOIA request public records because they're already public. No? Isn't the whole point of FOIA stuff to get documents unsealed or unclassified or or things that are redacted?
Do my open records request. I'd like to get it done before I leave here.
Target you.
What up?
Range 5.
Yeah, sure.
Oh shit.
Sure. That'd be great.
I will be on.
It might be public, but unpublic.
I'll be on tonight, yeah.
Well, it's for the.
Busy
It's
down with
not
it.
only just for the city; it's for the police department as well. So yeah, I mean.
Range 5.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, how are you, sir? Are you the chief?
Yeah.
And your name is, sir?
Smith.
Chief Smith. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm just trying to do an open records request for the city. I was given a number to the city manager's office, but
That's where you go
yeah, I'm just trying to conduct it while I'm here. I don't want to have to come back here.
You're gonna have to come back. Freedom of information. We have 5 days to respond.
Yeah.
If we need more time, we can request a response.
No. I understand, but I just want to. No, I understand the law. I'm just saying I would like to submit the request here today, Chief. That's what I'm saying. Well,
Have it in writing or you
do you guys have normally? Sometimes there's FOIA request forms.
I don't think we have. I'll check with the city manager.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if we have a writing form. But you can make that full request.
Okay.
Does he give them like a grade at the end or something? Or?
Range 5.
Ordered a passing grade. Jennifer from the. I'll have a response. Really. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. We're just getting out of the Covington City Hall here in Virginia. Overall, we give this order a passing grade. Jennifer from the commissioner's office was apparently concerned about a man peacefully engaging in a constitutionally protected activity. I spoke with her, tried to get her to see the light that she could have just came up to me and asked me, sir, is there a reason you're recording? And I would have told her I'm an independent journalist taking pictures and video of the city hall working on a story, and it could have been done. But she decided to take it upon herself to call law enforcement. Luckily, the Covington Police Department didn't escalate the situation. I would just say that the detective did ask a lot of questions. That is his job. He is a detective. He didn't push too hard, so I'm not going to fault him for asking a bunch of questions. I answered some of them. I refused to answer the rest. All the other officers, 4 officers responding to a man with a camera was pretty ridiculous, but they were very professional with me, identified themselves with no issue. The police chief even came down to speak with me on camera and help me with my FOIA request. So overall, pretty good audit here. No real issues. This is what I like to see. I hate being pushed out of buildings and having my rights violated all the time, so this is definitely...
Watch your range 5.
Empower.
Why did you walk?
Watch your step. Range 5.
That's not him? Oh, gotcha.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Is it just making fun of how random the tweet is? Or? What's up? What up, Dan? Where you at, Dan?
Range
Wait,
5.
let me grab a Red Bull before you get here.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Range 5.
Oh, you know the 2 million sub Dev guy that put out the transcripts of my video? Apparently he goes hard on some topics.
Welcome again, everyone. Just taking half an hour break.
Debunking creationism. Destiny, want to ruin EEAAO? Watch the super quick secrets of Evelyn's alternate lives, the ones where they are rocks in slow motion. Why would that ruin it for me? I don't understand.
Watch your step.
Yo,
Range
I watched
5.
more of the mountain responding to I watched. What is your take on 1% excise tax on stock buybacks for corporations in the new bill? Taxing stock buybacks or dividends a little bit more, I think is okay. Tax shit.
Range 5.
I watched more of the mountain dude and critiquing the workouts or whatever. He actually, I take back what I said before. He just kind of seems like an asshole. Unless that's like his personality and it's like kind of like a joke that he does. But like, damn, he just seems like a huge piece of shit. Fuck, I don't remember. I'm trying to remember which video I watched, and then he started talking. I was like, wait a second, you're actually just like an asshole. You're like super mean. I don't know which.
Shockwave. Range 5.
Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I watched one clip and I was like this guy's a jerk.
Hey, let's go through it. What's happening here? What's happening here? What the fuck are these guys doing? Like, what is this? Do they talk the whole fucking session or do they work out?
Shockwave.
Do you guys want to see fucking results or do you want to stay fat? Like, what the fuck?
I haven't watched anything, but it's everybody, from what I've seen in all the comment sections, apparently Miskiv is going like super hard, like every single session. He's like dead by like the end of every session. Like if they just got to the gym, they're chatting a little bit. Is he baiting? I don't know. Is he? Or is he?
Range 5.
Talk about GTs? What is this? A fucking party house? Get to fucking work.
Bam! I don't know. It seems weird. It seemed like really, really, really rude, but maybe yeah, I don't know. Miz talked to him. He's going to the camp. Yeah, I saw that.
Range 5.
She, they bisexual. Hates cis men. Hold on. Sorry, that's a that's a tweet. The screenshot is the tweet.
Range 5.
Never mind, my screen captures.
Shockwave.
Enjoys me being a trad wife, but doesn't always expect it of me. That sounds like an excuse to just be a lazy fuck that does nothing. What?
Range 5.
Something wrong with chilling between sets. How do you know that you're looking at memes out of context? I might be, I don't know.
empowered.
Dan can't stream Discord. I'm on Discord, dude. Destiny. Why are you screaming to get on Discord? I'm literally sitting in my room, you dumb fuck. Dude, goats go up mountains like lunatics.
What are you doing? This is not the right room for this. This is the room that's all the way... This is like totally the wrong room. This is the one that's all the way down here.
We don't need to be in the ultra private one. I think
Range 5.
So the Bad Bunny boyfriend requirements.
Say it, Dan. Say it.
Oh,
Say it.
Well, I already did. I typed it.
Well, say it.
They know what I'm thinking.
Dan said no noobs allowed for Bad Bunny's dating thing. That's what Dan said.
Cis straight only. Also.
Range 5.
How's life going in Dan's world?
Hey, I have a question for you. I saw like a clip of you, and it was weird. I don't know if you did this on purpose and no one noticed at the time, or something happened. But it was like you went to go get a drink, and yet you were still on.
You know that just is an edited thing. You're not actually this stupid, right?
Did it cross the? Was it edited? Dan is a I could think like maybe it was
the guy that uploaded the video added. No, he made a meme. How would my camera glitch that perfectly? The person that uploaded the YouTube.
I don't know. Fucking shit can be weird. You know what?
Oh god, Dan's mad. Oh no, I'm sorry. Have you not had anything to drink
fine.
today?
It's fine. It's fine. You got me. All right. I just thought maybe like you were playing a joke on people and no one caught it. That's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure everybody in chat was freaking the fuck out, but
people just don't notice it. That's all. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry that I asked the question.
Range 5.
My bad.
At least you admit you were wrong. That's good. How's life today in Dan's world? What's up?
I had, you know what? I've been a Dunkin' Donuts fan for a long time because I grew up in Massachusetts.
What does that mean? Like of their donuts and their everything, or like coffee, or what?
I guess mostly of coffee and donuts. Those two things in combination.
Okay.
Because I grew up in Massachusetts, and that's like a very Dunkin' is like a very New England type of
I've heard like East Coast. I didn't know this because I lived in the Midwest all the time. I didn't even know Dunkin' Donuts is barely a thing. And apparently East Coasters are wild. It's like their Tim Hortons before Starbucks bought it. They're like crazy about it, man.
But Dunkin' Donuts now has a iced coffee, which is called like cold foam brown sugar, and it's actually pretty good. It's just a nice. I know you're not a coffee enjoyer. That's fine, but it's pretty good. It's pretty enjoyable. Surprising, because I haven't usually gone to Dunkin' Donuts for coffee in a while.
Okay.
But I went back, and you know what? I'm surprised a little bit. It's not bad.
Incoming.
Yeah. So that. Let's see. What else? I feel like there was more questions.
How are we gonna celebrate when I get to 100,000 followers on Twitter, Dan?
How do you want to celebrate that?
AOE incoming.
I don't know. Damn, I've just been posting memes like crazy. I haven't fought with anybody in so long, Dan. I'm such a good person. Except conservatives.
I have 1/10 your followers. How about that?
That's base. You're within one order of magnitude.
As it should be. Let's see. No. Well, you're at 88. I'm at 11. Okay. 1/8 the power. I'll take it, I guess.
How's
What?
I was gonna ask how's Mood doing, but you probably don't know any more than I do.
I know nothing. I think he's supposed to be back streaming. Did he say Tuesday or?
Range 5.
I feel like he said Tuesday. I read or heard that somewhere. But you never know. He's living his best life. He's basically retired now, married. Settling in. Dog, 2 cats, white picket fence house, and
Do they really have a dog and 2 cats?
I don't know.
Rage Pokemon.
Oh.
This is one. I'm not posting this. I'm not posting it. Lots of people.
You didn't even do it right either. There's supposed to be number 11 and number 12.
Way to go, jump
Oh.
Is it this? These recipes are different in space exploration, right? It was normally petroleum that gets broken down into these products, not.
Oh, there we go.
Not the crude oil, I think, right? Yeah, okay. Must be this mod. Come on, it's clearly not for no reason. She hasn't done anything to me in a while. There's no reason for me to go in on her. It would be unethical.
You can think of it like you're just pre-firing what you know is already coming anyway. No? You know what, this is, I think, one of the big problems with you, is that you're too charitable to everyone. Always.
Yeah, but I think it's probably ultimately good.
Can't some people just be ontologically not a good fit for you, and you can do no harm?
It's part of the energy I'm putting out in the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
What have you been up to today?
Range 5.
Do you actually play Rust
Shockwave.
anymore, or?
I'm in it. Literally. Hold on.
That's
let me
not what I
show you.
asked. I didn't ask if you were logged in.
Oh. Well, I mean, this is a more advanced question. So I am logged in to Rust right now. I am on the roof of my base.
Range 5.
And I'm protecting the homeland from intruders.
Shockwave.
So, you know, and occasionally there's things that happen, and we have to go and do those.
Oh,
but
did you,
oh,
sorry, go ahead.
No, that's
Sorry,
pretty much it.
listen to your original.
Yeah, but what?
Did you learn anything new about yourself last night?
Did I learn anything new about me? Oh, I saw
from from all the wonderful Nazis.
I just.
I
don't know. I feel bad. It's just like okay. I think it stems from this. Like if you're having a rough life, you know what I mean? And I don't know anything about those guys that were there or anyone else that's like this, honestly. It's just like I feel like Jews are like a very easy scapegoat to be like, this is why.
I mean, historically that seems to be the case.
Yeah, but like also I wonder if these guys believe
Range 5.
it to a certain extent. Like I understand trying to sell it and being like, oh, this makes sense, but do they really think that like I can go get a 0 interest loan? And if so, where the fuck can I get that done? Because that, like, I will go and I will become a Nazi if they can show me where I can get 0 interest loans. If this is true, then I need to rethink everything about Judaism at this point. Because if you're telling me that I can get a 0 interest loan for anything having to do with, then I'm wrong. Then there is a cabal. Give me that
You're
loan.
just not in it.
I will. Yeah, dude, that would be. Imagine being Jewish, but don't get all. You get all the bad shit, but none of the good shit.
Not
just
good.
Let me get the 0 interest loan, please. I will join you on your cause, and we will make a white America, or whatever we want here. Even if I'm not allowed, it's okay. I'll help you along the way. You know, we can get the conference going, help you set up the website, a few other things, but. What about if there is like a fucking super cool Discord server with all the cabal of like the Jewish elites, and every Friday night on Shabbat they meet, and then they're actually determining like who gets what loans and all that stuff. And like imagine how heartbroken other Jews would feel that they weren't invited to the server. And it's like, yo, can you get me an invite? And they're like,
Shockwave.
you know, I just got invited myself. I really don't want to put myself out there. Let me, you know, give it a few years, and maybe I can do something there. So, yeah, it wouldn't be good. Explaining the statistics. But I mean, I heard you say the part as well. It's just like
Range 5.
this idea that Jews have an allegiance to each other is just.
And a lot of it, I think, is just explained by like what Jews tend to do, which is like wealthy, educated, like upper class, like, lives in cities, progressive areas. Like it's not really that surprising that the class of people, like most of their political positions align with like left or like.
I could say they align, but like the idea that like Jews are collabing with each other because we're like so pogging out in business together. You said this the same thing, but it's like when there's another Jew, and it's like he enters the room and there's the other Jew at the other end of the business deal. Both Jews are like, ah, son of a bitch, because that's what they're. It's not like, oh, Pog, let's do this, bro. 0 interest rates all along. They're like, ah, this. Are you fucking shitting me? All right, well, what do you want from me this time? What's it gonna fucking be? You know, it's not fun. No one's looking forward to that in that case. And you know, of course, the joke being that Jews are very shrewd negotiators and, you know, all this greedy and yada, yada, yada. I understand all of the anti-Semitism there, but still, you know, when you're going to, like, buy real estate from someone or do any deal whatsoever, and you know, you're a Jewish guy and you find out the other guy is Jewish, there's no connection. It's not like you're homies all of a sudden. He's like, there's no like, oh, I'm going to give you 1% off. If anything, you get less deals because you know that you're getting fucked as a result of it. It's just not good. I prefer dealing with Christians if I can, honestly.
Yeah,
you know?
Is that what you asked? You're like, hey, we should like have a phone call. Would you prefer Saturday or Sunday?
Shockwave.
And they're like, I'd prefer Sunday. Oh, no, not you. I'm busy Sundays. I want to do business with you, sir. Okay.
Exactly. But yeah, that's it essentially. I mean, it does feel a little bit like a Larry David skit, and to a certain extent, it's very true. Range
5, Shockwave.
Part of this Larry David skit right now is me actually being like, you know what? I actually don't like dealing with these Jews very much. You know, I gotta be careful here. But yeah, you know, like that's the joke a little bit here. Like, you know, they're onto something. It is a little bit difficult to do business with these people. You know.
Watch your range 5.
One thing that I did this a long time ago. I'm gonna start doing this all the time now. This happened to me so many times. I talk to conspiracy theorists, and then I let them get away with a bunch of shit. And then afterwards, when I go to look up whatever the fuck they were talking about, I find out that they were totally wrong. I think now, if I'm like in a more casual setting, like last night was like pretty casual, I'm just gonna start looking up like whatever bullshit they bring up. Like, okay, this really happened? Okay, I want to look this up.
Well, okay. So another thing with that, right? So I feel optics are very important. Not even what you're gonna say. So like, how do you think it would have been if you're like, so before we get started, and you know, just because everyone's listening right now, and I want to be clear with you know what you're arguing for and what you believe. So you talk to God, right? So God talks to you as well, and he says, yeah, that's true. I feel like for a lot of people, at that point, you're like, okay, all right, I know the quality of information that I'm going to be getting from this person moving forward, who thinks that God is talking to him. I think that's like, you would never do that.
No, yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but remember, my modern goal is to get to people that would normally never listen to somebody like me. So like,
yeah, but sorry, I just real quick though, what's more important? You potentially converting this guy, or you converting half of the people who are watching this guy and a fan of him?
Well, that's what I think. A lot of the people watching are probably religious. So like, for me to hit on him because he's like, or that's not we're not hit on, but for me to like hit on his ideas and try to make fun of him because he's religious is not probably gonna, like, his audience will immediately ignore me, right?
Well, hold on. There's a difference, I think, between being religious and like trying to make people believe that you are speaking to God and God is speaking to you. I think that even if you're religious, you're like, come on. That's like if you're...
Well, it depends on if you're talking about people that believe in like fucking Judaism or like Jewish conspiracy theories, you're probably, depending on where you're at, you're probably hitting like pretty religious people. Like if these guys are America First, like Groypers, like these guys are literally Christian fascists, like, or they call themselves Christian nationalists, but like that's what they are. Like these guys want like theocratic rule, unironically, not even as a straw man, but they would prefer like some theocratic rule for the United States. So like just saying like you are listening to God, like they're gonna be like, yeah, of course we are, and I think they'll readily admit it. Like, you know.
Okay, but this to me seems weird because I try to imagine like, what would it be like, and what would be going through everyone's head if you were at a psychic convention or a palm readers convention, and everyone there, all of you guys, everyone knows that you're all full of shit. None of you guys are actually psychics. And every single person there knows. But as you go, it's so strange because as they're going around, they'll talk to each other, and it must be like, hey, another bullshitter. Yep, me too.
I don't think it's like that. I wish it was, but I truly, like, keep in mind, like, people like Nick Fuentes, okay? This is literally true, not like Fuentes. People like Fuentes himself doesn't believe in dinosaurs. He doesn't think dinosaurs are real. Like, unironically, that like he truly does not believe that dinosaurs are around. There are a decent number of people that probably, especially in his community, that would also take that position.
That dinosaurs don't exist?
That they never existed.
That it's a Jewish conspiracy?
I don't know if it's Jewish or not, but that there's no accounting for them in the Bible in a satisfactory way, so they couldn't have existed.
Well,
yeah, they're pretty wild.
I mean, I don't know. I assume dinosaurs were there. I don't have. If it was a huge, I'm just trying to imagine. It's possible that dinosaurs never existed. I don't know what the end game would be, and that would be a pretty tight ship as far as conspiracies go. But it's possible that dinosaurs have never existed. I'm trying to think what agenda. Well, I guess the agenda is to make it so that Christianity has less influence, right? Because
no, I don't know. I have no idea what the agenda is. I think it's just a general like degradation of our understanding of the world as science is evil and tries to replace religion. What do they think fossils are? I think they think they're all fake. Oh, an attempt to hide the fact that the world is 6,000 years old, maybe.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like the whole point is that this is, people trying to undermine Christianity, essentially.
Yeah, I guess it could be wrong.
Like, don't get me wrong. This is not an easy feat that has been done, essentially making people believe in dinosaurs. This is really difficult to make the entire world believe in dinosaurs. And I'm not just talking Christians. We had to make everyone believe it, and it's only the free thinkers that are able to understand that dinosaurs don't exist.
Can we get hype for a moment on this massive fucking bill that's about to pass the Senate, maybe?
What does it do?
It's got like fucking climate change in it. I think it's got, or like some climate change provisions in it. I think it's got some gun control things in it. What are the big things, Brandon? Like, holy shit. Biden is actually killing.
What is the... I really hope they're not changing gun shit too much. Are they going to do some stupid shit like a new assault weapon ban? God, I
think
not.
assault weapons is usually what they focus on. Somebody
it's so fucking stupid.
I know, but listen, that's what the people want. It's provocative. It gets the people going, unironically.
I'm telling you right now, it's so not fair, but we need to just do the Chris Rock thing and tax bullets. That's how you solve. And not only, so it's all of these things at once. Okay.
So I don't get to go to the range anymore, Dan?
Well, no, you can. You gotta, bullets are expensive. Sorry, there's a tax on bullets, just like there's a tax on cigarettes and a tax on gasoline and a tax on alcohol. Tough shit.
Climate change, IRS agents out the ass, funding for the ACA.
Yeah, I said a bad word in chat yesterday because someone
What
said
actually happens? Let's talk about this for real.
I apologize.
For a moment, if you will.
Could I
Let's
get an
indulge me. Yes?
Okay.
So, tomorrow, Brandon announces that he is adding a $100 per bullet tax. Okay? So, in addition to... So, here are the parts of this bill. Okay? You paying attention?
Yes, parts of the bill. Yes.
Okay, number one part of the bill is that all new bullets that are manufactured, okay, the people that manufacture these bullets have to pay $100 to the government. And I guess they get it back from taxes. So if Smith & Wesson is making bullets, if they make a bullet, they have to pay $100 for each bullet. No, actually, that's not how it would work. They would make it at normal prices, put it out there, and then a sales tax would be collected. Sorry, that's incorrect. Making ammunition at home becomes illegal. I don't think that's a far stretch. We don't let people make explosives at home. We can just say, sorry, we're adjusting this here. A lot of butt-hurt people, but that is what it is. So there's there. On top of that as well, there's a new provision that there's a state-sponsored buyback of ammunition, where the state will buy back any bullets that you have for half price, for $50 a bullet. So if you have a bunch of bullets, you can go make a bunch of money up front right now. No problem. We'll buy them all back from you. Okay? The thought being here, on a few parts, that this is going to stop a lot of petty crime and like robberies and things like that. Because the idea being, if you have bullets, if you have 10 bullets, you're probably going to just go sell those versus being, you would sell that. The easier thing to do would be to sell those 10 bullets than to go and rob a store. Like, that's a much lower hanging fruit, if you will.
I just don't know how you would ever, there'd be like an insane black market for ammunition.
Yeah, but it's like the war on drugs. Same exact thing. You treat it the exact same way. I understand it hasn't been the perfect solution.
The war on drugs failed, though. So isn't that like a bad
I mean, it doesn't really fail. What we do is we find people that are I guess you could say people that are willing to do illegal things for money. But that's always been the case, and that will always be the case.
Well,
Right?
I mean, like, the war on drugs has failed spectacularly. Like, so much so that, like, states are legalizing shit now.
I'm not talking about usage here so much as the, I guess, the distribution, right? So there would be punishments if you're creating ammunition and selling it to people. I would hope that you would have a greater punishment for the person who is creating it. But, you know, the whole point here is this going to be the number one thing. So, yeah, I understand that this is still, the war on drugs wasn't perfect, but is this not a solution that would reduce gun crime, in your opinion?
I mean, I'm sure it would have some marginal effect. I don't know.
Marginal effect.
Because all the people that are killing people are probably, like, super illegal. It's, like, mostly, like, drug and gang related. A lot of those guns are illegal. The ammunition probably illegal. I don't know if it would have, like, a
But
big
I'm
effect.
saying if, like, every 7-Eleven, every fucking post office, you can walk in there with ammo and walk out with dollars, you don't think that that's going to have a fucking drastic effect on the
I mean, at
amount
that
of
point,
bullets
why
that
not
are
just
out
do
there?
huge, like, gun buybacks?
Because the gun isn't really the issue, right? It's the ammunition that's the
Well,
issue.
the ammunition on its own doesn't hurt anybody. It kind of needs the gun to fire it, right?
Well, that's not necessarily true. A fucking shotgun round can be in a pipe, right? I understand that you're not killing 20 people like that.
Yeah, but you're also not killing people with shotguns. You're killing people with pistols.
Well, say that to fucking Shinzu, all right? Abe.
Yeah, if we are in an issue where we have, like, one fucking shotgun death a year in the United States, I think we're probably doing okay, all right?
Well, anyways, I still... Is a tax the way to solve... We solve everything else with tax. Why would we not solve gun violence with taxes? We want to discourage gun ownership. We want to discourage the purchasing of ammunition and everything else, so we tax it.
Sure. You know, it might work. Maybe.
What's your solution then? Let me hear the fucking liberal education, everything else, more education. Go ahead. What is it?
Yeah, my solution, I don't think we have a problem with guns. I think we have a problem with gangs and shit. I think that's the issue. Otherwise, like, get rid of all the gun violence. I think all the other gun violence, I think the numbers are, like, well below, like, a threshold that we should really care about that much.
Is the United States super dangerous? Because it's weird to me, you have tourists who, I think, not ironically, are afraid to come to the United States. They're like, if I go to New York City, am I going to be killed? Like, that's what some Europeans think. And I would never have that feeling.
We
But,
have
you know,
parts of the United States that are very, very, very dangerous. But for the most
like
part, as long as you know where to
Chicago
go. No,
right.
well, I'd get even more serious. Like, Chicago is a pretty safe city.
you're right. You mean like bad areas in
yeah,
Flint,
exactly. Like
Kensington Avenue.
Yeah,
et
exactly.
cetera.
Like even Detroit is like a pretty safe city. It's just as long as you stay out of like the shit parts and you stay out of trouble, you're generally gonna be okay. Generally, but yeah.
So what is going to happen to our gun space? You know,
I don't know. Read the bill. Ask Brandon. What is in the bill? What gun control are they talking about passing for this?
Are you talking about Brandon as in Joe Biden, or is there another Brandon in chat?
No, Brandon
here?
J in chat is like the big keeps up.
Oh, I thought we were actually talking about.
No, Biden doesn't listen to my stream.
Biden. You know what I was thinking about doing? You're gonna think this is crazy.
Oh boy.
I think that me and you know what we should do?
Tell me.
We should buy a machine gun each.
Isn't it like $3,000 for the license for that Class 3 light? I guess it's not a big deal.
That's a one-time thing, and then let's buy a machine gun each.
Why each?
A good investment.
True. I still need to go shoot this badass fucking shotgun down. When are we going trap shooting? Oh, and he disappears. Okay.
All right, hold on a second.
No,
My
it's all good. Don't
wife
worry,
came
Dan.
in.
It's fine. Oh, tell her I said hi. Tell her I said hi!
Steven said hi. There you go.
He's securing an interest-free loan. You gotta give him time.
Okay.
It's Sunday.
What was I saying?
Listen, real quick.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Fucking okay. We don't have a problem with guns. We have a problem with gangs. What about like school shootings?
I don't think that big of a deal, to be honest.
Dang.
I think
that's
it's
just
I think
we can
the
accept?
I think the type of killing is like really fucked, so it has like a huge impact like on our psyches, which I'm empathetic towards. I understand that, but like in the grand scheme of things, like it sucks, but I don't know. Here's a question.
Where else is
Yeah, go
where
ahead.
else does this happen though?
School shootings are I think pretty unique to the United States, but
like children being like mass murdered in public places.
Sure, but I mean like what are the number of children killed every year in mass shootings on average? What is that number? It's probably like less than 10, right? Which is still horrifying, but like, damn, 330 million people in the country, less than 10 a year. Somebody could go do the math or whatever, but
like, I don't know. I understand the idea that maybe represented by the numbers per capita or something like that. It you know, like it doesn't seem significant, but I feel like this is a problem where, you know,
I'm empathetic. It's kind of like a unique, like, imagine that there was only one child brutally raped like per week in the United States in like a school, or like per year or whatever. Like, even though that number is so absurdly low, the crime is like so unreal that the idea of accepting it seems impossible. But yeah, I don't know.
Is there no value to that though? Is there not a crime that can be as consistent and prevalent and that like occurs so frequently and is so unique to a country and that can, you know, I mean, I think, maybe you can just go ahead.
Yeah, I think the issue is here's something that could help. If somebody could give me like a really good heuristic for how these types of things can be avoided, like if we pass this gun control legislation, you're going to drop almost all school shootings, I'd probably be a little bit warmer to it. But right now there's like, it feels like you have to cast a massive net to get school shooters. And that net is both politically unpopular and even, like, in my opinion, ideologically unpopular. I like guns. I don't know if like my ability to own a firearm needs to be prohibited because, you know, like 8 children a year get killed on average in school shootings, and then we're going to pass legislation that probably won't even help that. That's like my thought process. But if you could give me some, what?
Sure.
I know how to solve school shootings. I just thought of it too.
Oh boy.
It's going to take a big.
You get an F in math if you.
No. You know what we do? We turn all schools into reverse prisons. Okay, and to get through, you know, I'm sorry, it's nice inside, but you got to go through a few metal detectors before you come in every day. And we have a fucking SWAT team at the front door. But inside, it's all nice. It's a normal school, but you are treated a little bit like a criminal when you come in every day. There will never be another school shooting. I mean, maybe outside the school, but not inside, because you ain't getting through there. You know, they have fucking all sorts of crazy machine guns pointing down, like as you go through the checkpoint and they do the X-ray scanner on you. Boom, solved. Just like that.
Wait, hold. Are you talking about like just metal detectors in school? Don't they already
Oh,
do this?
I'm not talking about metal detectors. I'm talking about prison walls surrounding the school in all directions. Okay, I'm talking about one way in, one way out, and on that way in right there, you got fucking guards with machine guns and dogs and fucking CT scanners, the whole thing. You'll never have a gun get in there ever. There'll be no. I mean, that solves it, but no one. Why are we not building? See, we should have built the wall, just not how Trump was thinking.
Man, you know, I heard some interesting ideas about how like some people want to degrade American society, and I noticed you got a friend, Destiny, that wants to put our children in prisons. Where's this guy from, Dan?
Just to keep them safe.
I heard you have a tattoo.
Yeah. Okay. It's your mom's face.
Whoa!
Listen, right above.
I don't think, obviously, Dan, like,
and
if I'm taking you seriously, there are a lot of places that wouldn't
yum.
be able to implement something like that. Like, I really hate the argument. I'm amenable to that idea of increasing security in schools, and I really hate when people say, like, oh, we want to traumatize our kids by putting them through metal detectors. Like, yeah, fuck it, get over it. Like, if this is a problem and this is a solution, what would you rather have, dead kids?
I'll tell you the real problem is that this shit doesn't really matter in the scope of things. Like, as Stephen was saying, like, we should be, if we're talking about deaths per year, we should be like.
That's easy to say when you don't have dead kids.
Yeah, but wait, that's true for literally everything. Right?
Yeah, like cancer or
you could make
driving
any
in a car.
argument for anything, or trans stuff. That's easy to say when you don't have a child that detransitioned or something, right? Like you can make that argument to make anything illegal or legal. That's the issue.
Okay,
right?
Somebody detransitioning is like, you know, that's a procession of somebody sort of like stumbling through their life and figuring out who they are and like, you know, doing things and realizing that there's, you know, maybe they made a mistake, maybe because they didn't know who they were, and that's a process of them discovering themselves. That's different than like somebody taking the agency to murder a bunch of children. And the fact that
I
we
understand,
might have
but I'm saying that your appeal to like, why should we care? Well, because that affects somebody's child. You can find a lot of things that affect medical malpractice, like car accidents, like drunk driving. Like there's a million things that we could say, like we need to legislate this way.
That's a great example. You know, they could do, but you know, we could solve drunk driving. You know how it is? You ready, Supreme?
Go ahead.
New law comes out. Every car, used and old, in order to be on the fucking road, has to have a breathalyzer on it. That's it. You don't like it? Tough fucking shit. That's the way it is. Okay?
Hell yeah.
We don't do that though.
Okay, but seriously,
wait, why are you saying that? Hold on.
I think it's fine.
Way more than he gets.
I'm sorry. I just don't want to waste any more time with this. I'm sorry. There's other stuff that I want to bring up that I think is interesting.
Uh-oh.
I love you, but it's funny.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. We've done this before, though, Destiny, where something happens. Timothy McVeigh bombed a building, and we started spending resources for the FBI to, like, you know, keep track of certain purchases that are made to try and stay ahead of anybody that might be constructing bombs out of, like, agriculture, you know, farm goods, stuff like that. Like, we've done this before. This isn't unheard of. We deemed that a bombing is so bad,
but
even though that it...
Yeah, I understand, but that's not necessarily, like, a good thing. Like, that, like, what you're also saying, that exact same rationale is justified by the existence of the entire TSA. And like, is that something that has been overall a boon or not? Like, I feel like I've seen so many reports of like, you know, because they're reactive instead of proactive, it's a huge fucking waste of time. It's been a huge money sink. Like, or I don't know, maybe you think the existence of the creation of the TSA and everything is okay, or?
Well, I don't know. Maybe in practice it's good. Maybe there are problems with the institution or something like that that can be rooted out. I have no idea. But in general, I think the idea of like air travel safety is generally pretty good. And you know,
well,
like
yeah, of course, the general thing is, but like, what is the level of inconvenience that we're willing to suffer to avoid some bad things? Because I would argue that like car accidents are really fucking horrible, and people's lives are destroyed by shit like this. But like, obviously, we've accepted that the economic benefit of cars is vastly outweighs the.
Right, but cars are also like highly regulated, in a way that guns aren't. What do you mean?
I feel like
it's
cars
like
are
one of the most regulated things in our lives.
I don't know if that's true. I feel like.
Okay.
Depends on the state.
How many times have you interacted with police?
A few.
Okay. How many of those times were in traffic situations?
Every time?
Yeah, I feel like we devote tons of resources to patrolling streets to make sure that people are obeying traffic law. I feel like that's the overwhelming majority of what police do, are like helping to regulate and make sure that people are.
Sure, I know. I'm just saying that in terms of like cars, you have access to cars at a very early age. In some states, as early as 14 or 15. Like, they're massive vehicles. You can drive around and murder people. Like, it's pretty. I don't know.
What in our society is more regulated than cars?
What in our society is more regulated than cars?
Prescription medicine.
That people interface
well, what
with
about
daily, as regularly.
I mean, well, what about as regularly? Probably, dude. I don't know. Everything in our lives is fucking regulated. I came from California. There's a sign on fucking everything.
Okay, I feel like I made a claim that cars are like heavily regulated, one of the most regulated things in our society, and I'm just like, what else qualifies? If we compare
I guess it
everything
just when
else
you're saying regulated, it sounds like you're saying like gatekeeping a little bit. But I don't think that cars are gate kept as hard as like pistols are, right? Like, I've got to fill out like an ATF form. I think in some states you have to be 21, whereas like for most states you can drive a car when you're 15 or 16 if you get like a provisional license, provisional operator's permit.
Right.
Well, I think he's probably saying something along the lines of what's more paperwork to acquire each of those items. And I would say it's probably more paperwork to acquire a car initially versus a gun.
If I take $1,000,
it takes years, to like have a license to drive a car on your own.
It doesn't always take years. That's not true.
Yeah, chill. You can get a license in 20 minutes in the United States of America. Okay.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Okay, maybe it's just the process I took. I had to take like a 2-week class in school, and then I had a learner's permit, and I had to get so many hours.
Wait, are you American?
Yeah, I'm from Michigan, which is,
you must have gone through. You could have gone through like an accelerated like adolescent driver program or teenage driver programs. But in any state that I've been in, you can walk into the off. Well, I say any state. I'm only Nebraska and Florida, I guess. But I'm sure you can walk into the place, take a written test, and then a driving test, and then in less than an hour, walk out with a paper license. But if you're under 18, it might be a little bit more. Well, yeah.
Okay.
If you're under 18, it might be a little bit more work. But like, if I take $1,000 to like a buy here, pay here car dealership, I'm pretty sure I can just like buy the car and leave like in couple hours now.
Then there's another conversation we can have about like, sure, okay, cars are really important to like the American way of life. To secure livelihood for yourself, it's like there's a really strong argument that you might need a car, especially in like tons of places in America that doesn't really apply to pistols, so it's maybe justified for pistols to be so much more regulated or something like that. But in general, that's why I said like that people interface with on a daily basis in their daily lives. Cars are heavily regulated, right? And like, we still have this dysfunction, but it's not for lack of trying. And I understand that guns are regulated as well. I'm like really uncomfortable with the idea. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, just keep going.
No, I want to hear it.
No, I'm just chat is triggering the fuck out of me. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Somebody said 99% of people would fail those tests if they didn't take the class. Meeman, are you 12 years old? Do you know what the driving test is? It's literally like, what is a yellow light and what is a red light? They're not complicated questions. Are the driving, or maybe Nebraska is just an especially retarded state and you guys have ultra complicated questions. Like, given a car that stops at 4.5 meters per second and you're going 100 miles per hour, what is the maximum? Like, that's not the kind of question you get is like, what is the shape of a stop sign? Is it an octagon or is it like, those are the questions. That's what I remember on my driving test. It's like 10 or 15 questions of like, are you retarded or not, is basically. It's an int check on whether or not you have 75 IQ. That's what my driving test was. Maybe you guys have really complicated ones in other states, but in Nebraska, that was mine. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
In general, I'm amenable to the idea that like some dysfunction is going to happen in society. You get 300 million people and they have the resources, everybody has the resources to potentially enact like some fucked up shit or whatever. It's going to happen or something like that. But the school shooting thing just seems so uniquely American. And I can't think of parallels in other countries outside of places where there's like really rampant Muslim extremism or something like that. And you know, like putting vests on kids, and even that seems like an antiquated thing. I'm not even sure how prevalent that is today. It could be. I'm just like woefully ignorant about, you know, those Middle East dynamics and politics and shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like that dysfunction can, you know, I'm okay accepting that for certain things that happen to adults, but like murdering kids or kids killing kids just seems like a thing that
it's fucked for sure. I agree.
It doesn't seem like an insurmountable problem or something we can sweep under the rug.
Well, but the question
hey, man,
is, you have to
in the
show
numbers.
what is the legislation that we need to make it better, because it seems like whatever it is going to cast a hugely wide net. You know.
Yeah, I understand. And like honestly, even my most realistic predictions are probably like we have some cultural waves that cause Americans to just be less interested in guns, and there are a series of buybacks and like further regulations that fucking take 50 to 100 years or something like that until we finally rear it out of our society. But that's still the trajectory I want to. That doesn't make me comfortable sitting on my hands and saying, well, you know, school shootings is just a thing that's going to happen in society. You know, our society is so large and yada yada.
Gotcha. Okay, hold on.
So you're gonna be
We're taking the driving test now. Okay, 1 sec. It's 12 questions.
Okay, go.
This is the hardest one in the country.
You better hope there's no fucking four-way stop question.
I'm ready to fail. The yield sign means if the way is clear, you may move forward slowly without stopping. Stop if you can. Stop. Go. The light will soon be red. I don't think you have to stop on a yield sign. I'm pretty sure you don't stop, but I don't know. Oh, yes. Okay. Drivers must dim their high beam headlights when blank feet of an oncoming vehicle. I don't know. It's not 100 feet, 200, 250, or 500 feet. 500 feet.
500.
What?
500 is my
500
guess.
feet is like, that's like what, 120 yards away. But at night, high beams are really bright. I would say it's either 500 or 250, but it's like it's a toss up between the two.
500 probably.
But would they really make it so easy that it'd just be the max one?
Yep.
Oh, we're trying to outsmart the test.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking in the meta level where they put just the max. 100 yards. High beams are so bright at night, but 500 feet over a football field away sounds pretty far. I feel like it could be 250, Dan. You say 500?
I'd say 500. I'll be safe.
$20 on 250. I'll take you.
You guys are all cheating.
Why would they make it the max number? That's so easy. That's so stupid. Why would you do that?
Hey, you can go ahead and donate that on the stream, Wicked Supreme. You just lost.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Okay, roads are most slippery when it stops raining, when it first starts to rain.
When it first starts.
On hills, or just before it rains.
It takes 15 to like 30 minutes.
It's not hills. It's not just before it rains. It might be when it first starts to rain.
That is what it is.
Yeah, because like all the oil and everything in the street and
Yeah.
everything, it's like, yeah, it gets all fucked. Yeah.
I thought it takes like 15 minutes for the oil to surface. Like more oil comes up because
Well,
of
yeah,
the rain.
15 minutes is like when it's starting to rain. Like all the shit in the middle of the road is like going to be all fucky and shit. When riding at night, bicycles must have a white headlight visible 300, 400, 500, or 600 feet.
I have no idea. Wait, what is it?
300, 400, 500, 600 feet.
I'm gonna say 500. You know why?
Why?
Because 300, 400, and 600 don't seem like the type of numbers that would be written in a book.
That is true. Like, who would say, like, it needs to be 300 feet? Like, 500 sounds right.
300,
Yeah, 500.
it could be 300.
No.
but,
5 is
you know,
good. 5 is good. What, like, who says, like, 400 feet of range? 500 is definitely the most reasonable, like, restriction that they would have. Nobody would have a restriction of 600 or 400.
Oh my god, we got it. Did we get it right?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Oh, fucking A. That's how we do it. All right,
Okay.
next.
To safely stop in emergencies, always allow a space